Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's Freeze Friday. So I'm sorry, as I had mentioned, I guess 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that I probably would not get a Freeze Friday video up on the 3rd. Was it the 3rd last Friday? Yes, I believe it was the 3rd. And as expected, I did not. So we're back on track. Here is one for this week. I have just a few days left in that crazy work marathon of mine. It will be finishing on Wednesday. So we're going to get back to normal, back to a lot more scrapping and regular Freeze Fridays. So how have you been? Tell me down in the comments, how has 2020 started in your crafty world? So here are a couple of layouts that I'm going to show you since the last Freeze Friday. There are really only the two Sunday sketches. Now I have done more scrapping because I have been very good and I've been very happy with myself, and I have been getting into my scrap space every day, if only for 15 minutes. I've used it as my distressor. I've even got into that room for about 15 minutes on a few mornings before going to work. So I have been scrapping a bit more. A few of the layouts that I've done over the last couple of weeks will be coming to my channel soon. They will be collaborations. So I can't be sharing them today, but I just thought I would show you these two that you've already seen. This was Sketch Sunday on the 29th of December. And there is a video for that, so you can just pop on back. You can go to the playlist that I have for the 30 days of sketches, and you will find it there. And if I remember to do so, I will link this specific video below, or maybe in one of those little thingies. Where is that? Up where I'm sure I'm not pointing at the right place, but one of those little cards, I think they call it, so that you can have a look at that if you missed it. And then on the 5th of January, this was our Sketch Sunday on the 5th of January, and I will do the same thing for that. So this one goes into Baby Diego's album, and this one goes into my Passion scrapbooking album. So those are pretty much the two main layouts that I got done, but I have been doing a bit more scrapping. As I say, it'll be coming to my channel. Then in terms of goals, and I did not do a Freeze Friday last Friday, but on Saturday, I participated in a fun and awesome hop with tons of my scrappy friends. The hashtag CS, what was it now? No, wait a minute. Plan, Set, and Crush Crafty Goals 2020 edition. So hashtag PSC. Oh, I don't know. I'll put it down below. I can't remember all of that. But anyway, if you watch that, you saw I went through what I was really happy about in 2019 and what I was looking forward to in 2020. So I did put a few goals, talked about a few things that will be coming to my channel and to my scrap space in 2020. And one of the items I was talking about was wanting to use, because I talked about my favorite item from last year being my star stencil from Paige Evans, and that got me thinking that in 2020, part of my freeze, getting into my stash, I will be choosing a stencil a month, and I will try and use that stencil quite extensively. And so for this month, I chose this Vicki Boutin stencil because I love, it's fun. It's got different circles. It's circles, but you can use it in all sorts of different ways on projects. I could use it on cards. So this is the stencil I chose for January. I've already used it. You will see it on my Sketch Sunday video on Sunday of this week. Then for January, in the Freeze Gang, Karen, one of our Freeze buddies, posted this as being her inspiration piece or color inspirations for the month of January. And this just gorgeous? And this is right up my alley. The blues, the aquas, the sort of corally, peachy pinks as opposed to the actual pink, and this beautiful blue color. So I will be playing along or trying to play along with this color scheme in January. And her product focus this month is colored cardstock. So I'll be focusing on that as well. So these are a few general things that I want to look at in January. So we've done 4 full months of the freeze, and I have to say it's really going well. I'm really enjoying it. We're giving each other tons of inspiration, and it's really, really so much fun. So you're going to see a couple of extra collaborations coming along from the Freeze Gang. Now, in that goals video, the other thing that I mentioned, I got away from my TN Tuesday and my project, The First 60 Years, my story, The First 60 Years. I got away from that a little bit. So I really want to get back to that. And I enjoyed it a lot. And as you know, actual Traveler's Notebooks are excluded from my freeze, but I do still have a couple that I can use, so I don't really need to buy anything yet. But I would like to get back to that project. I love it. It's very dear to my heart. I want to get that recorded. This was the first notebook that I actually completed in the personal one. This is my technology one. Then I have my eye in the world, if you recall. So the news, newsworthy items from all of those. So Kennedy, the metro system here in Montreal, a lot more local to me. Expo 67, the Bed-In here in Montreal by Yoko Ono and John Lennon, First Man on the Moon. So that one. Then, of course, the arts and culture, so TV, the Beatles, and my travel one. So I really want to try and get back to that as a TN Tuesday. That might not happen in January, so I'm looking at it perhaps more for February, but I want to get back into that for sure. Then I talked about maybe a couple of series, and one that I am definitely going to be doing on the 25th of every month. I am going to have a Christmas in January, Christmas in February, because one of the things that I was a little bit unhappy with in October, November, and December is with my mom, I guess being in the hospital for a couple of weeks in November, that sort of threw me for a loop a little bit. And I did not start my Christmas cards, my little Christmas projects and handmade gifts and all of that stuff early enough. And then my own Christmas scrapbooking. So those 2 weeks that I was away from my scrap room put me behind. I felt a little bit rushed. I didn't get all of the cards that I wanted to get done this year done. So some of the more special ones where I do some coloring of images for the special cards didn't get done. I didn't get as many small gifts done as I wanted to. I was late in getting my Christmas Happy Mail out. So I really want to try, and I love Christmas. I love making those cards, and I want it to be fun. So I am going to at least have that one video a month. So I will be doing at least 1 or 2 projects a month geared to Christmas. Christmas cards. I want to keep working on my lovely winter album. I'm not calling it an Advent or Christmas. I didn't get as much done, of course, as I wanted to from the lovely Advent calendar that I got from Christina, that my beautiful freeze pal and lovely friend Christy sent me. So that will be part of it. So that will be a series. As of now, I know Ronnie Sue from Ronnie Sue Scrapple will be joining me, and Daisy Niemeyer, am I saying that correctly, Daisy? I hope I am, will be joining me. I haven't had a chance. I'm going to put it in the Freeze Gang Facebook group to see if anybody else wants to join. If anybody is watching this and you want to join me on a Christmas project once a month to stay a little bit ahead. And I know I might try and do the 12 days of Christmas in July this year that Becky runs. She's been doing it for 2 years in a row. I did get quite a bit. I participated in 7 or 8 days in 2018, but not as much in 2019. And the December one was an epic fail for me. I got 1 video up. So there you go. And then the other thing I'm going to show you is my agenda for this year. I don't do planning. I'm not a planner at all. I've tried all sorts of fancy planners. I don't get anything done. I bought for 2018, 2019, the gorgeous Joanna Basford agendas. They are gorgeous. They're coloring books at the same time. I didn't get any coloring done. I did use the agendas for part of the year, but you know what? I work 3 days a week now. I work in my nephew's bakery. Other than that, I'm semi-retired. I'm 62. I don't have a lot of responsibility. I don't really need a planner or an agenda other than for my crafty stuff and my YouTube collabs and that kind of thing. So this year, I just went to the local Staples. I found this fun agenda, and it's a doodling one. It could be colored as well, I guess, although it was a lot more inexpensive than the beautiful Joanna Basford one, so I won't feel as bad if I don't get any coloring done. But what I did like about it, it has a month right up front, a month in sort of review, and then it has a weekly, just small items here that I can do, and I think that's it. So really, and then it does have like 1 little coloring page. So not every single page. It's got a little bit of doodling here. So it's just cute. It's just pretty. I'm not likely to get any stickers or decorating other than using different color markers. So all I've done here so far basically are birthdays that I want to remember. So I want to put that here in the month in review, and then put the days that my videos are due. So my sketch Sundays are here. Some of the others here. My off the board, which I'll be continuing, of course, on the last Wednesday of every month. The Scrap 5 challenge, which is a Scrap 5 challenge that I'm doing on the 4th Monday of every month. Then here for my Christmas in January, which I was just talking about. A couple of new collaborations are coming along. There might be a telephone game round 4. Some guest spots that I'm doing. And I'm looking at maybe a couple of other series that I want to. Christy is doing the ABC challenge, which I think is awesome, and I want to play along with that. On the 9th of the month, we have the Secret Not Secret Kit Club Spotlight, which, now I'm actually recording my Freeze Friday on Thursday because I'm working tomorrow, and it is the 9th. I have not got this Secret Not Secret Kit Club video done this month. It might be the first I missed, but I hope that after this video I do get one done. Cross your fingers for me. And so there you go. And I'll be just, getting some inspiration in here, keeping track of the sketches. And that's really all I'm going to use my agenda for. I'm going to keep track of my expenses as well. So if I do buy some Nuvo, some cardstock, my kits in here as well. There's like a really big box coming to me very shortly from Christina because we combined it all. So there's quite a big one coming. As you know, my kits have been exclusions. I'm not modifying any of the exclusions. I'm keeping the ones I have. So Nuvo drops, my kits, of course, cardstock, adhesive, and traveler's notebooks if I need. I am adding to the freeze. I did exclude from the freeze last year some classes. I'm adding those to the freeze this year with the exception of my lovely friend Sarah. If she does do other classes before the end of August, I'm currently taking her mixed media, which I need to get back to doing some layouts on that and that series. But if she does some other classes, I will be taking those, and perhaps, and more than likely, Paloozas, if those come back up. Now, what I've done for the Paloozas that are coming up, Christine and I, for like January and February, I've used my kits for Paloozas. So not really a cheat, I don't think. What do you think? So that's what I have for you today. We'll be getting back to a lot more scrapping, a lot more of a normal Freeze Friday video. So tell me, have any of you decided to join us for the 8 months now that it's a new year? Is that maybe, or just focusing? Because the other way you can do this is not necessarily, because one of the big goals we have is mindful spending. So you could be looking at this in terms of not really a freeze, as you know, as we are doing, but more of a mindful spending, or more of a use your stash focus this year. If you are doing that, leave me some comments down below. I will link some channels here. Christy usually gets a Freeze Friday video up. Kristen gets one. Kathy, and also sometimes when she can, Shannon. So I will put those channels down below. Talk to you soon and see you next Friday. Thanks for being here. Bye.